for the Rangers and for Arlington, for everybody. I love it when a plan comes together. Canzone one out in the inning, and fly ball to center field. Derek Hill gets to it and will lob it back in, but that's deep enough to get another runner to the plate as Bliss scores from third. And so it is now 8-5 Seattle.
We have very good options, and we're excited to see that how this plays out over the next few days.
What would be your kind of best case scenario? Can he get in the field? What do you foresee?
Well, I think, you know, the training, I think we have to be cognizant that it's a long season, and Corey's such a vital thing, and so I think we're going to have to find some selective off days, some days to get him off his fill. And I think we, you know, like I said, we want to keep Corey as fresh as possible, and out there today, the way he was hitting and running the bases and passing all the tests, almost ready to go. It's really
has that exceeded when he had the surgery, the likelihood of him being ready on the opening day?
Know how the recovery is going to go. You have one setback, one infection, one case to clear here, and Corey's going to be hopefully out there April or March.
Then you've got the ring ceremony on Saturday too.
That's right.
Is that right? And
I think most importantly, I'm just so excited for our organization. I think it'll be extremely meaningful to our players, to our staff, and certainly to honor the 23 season and how special that was. We also realize we've refocused. Yeah, yes. Exactly.
That mentality, that really evident from day one of camp to him after having won the World Series. And actually, it's kind of funny. Treated the predictions or the prognostications about this year. It's like, I don't know, they might make the play.
Needed to be successful. I think that our brand of baseball was proven last year that good things will happen, and I believe in the talent we have in that dugout development system. Very healthy organization right now, and I think that as we go, I'm just focused on our group, and I think our group has the same mentality. I don't think they
in reality and in other ways, but thank you. All right, it's a 3-run lead for Seattle as we say goodbye.
Than you. We asked him about probably the biggest story in spring training.
And I just want to say that you had access to the general manager, the Texas Rangers, and you did not ask about what's he going to tell us. He's had a great camp, and I can't tell you. That was pretty awesome. He gave us some really cool insight as a general manager. It's
pretty amazing.
Kind of amazing. Yeah. That's, discuss that a little bit with us, because it has very much that interest in this year, that thrill, but they're very quick to see.
I think that's part of the success of being a baseball player. 2 home runs yesterday, great, but there's a game today. Right, and I think yes, I enjoyed it. It was a blast. We'll talk about it forever. And you know what? Once you taste it, once you taste winning.
Well, it's been an encouraging camp, and even getting a shot here this afternoon. As I look through everybody's, this guy sure has impressed, and it's just up and down the line. Sweat it with certain guys. I'm not real worried of season, but it sure is nice that today he's just hitting rod in 6 weeks with a fly ball to short left. No, enjoy a little spring training baseball in the desert.
You guys were talking about Chris Young and kind of that turn the page mentality that it takes, and you look at last season for this team. Evan Carter, obviously a surprise, a very pleasant one though when you're coming off a championship.
And could Wyatt
really rarefied air. Bill McKechnie, who, Boach, one of the real rare ones in the game's history.
Time in, teaching, raising, and
for that man. There's only been 3 series titles than Bruce Bochy, and the Civil War. So they did it at different. Yeah.
Coming in and leaving, but you've got very few.
He was retired not that long ago. Well, as we all know, baseball just kind of gets in your blood. There's not fire in there, and I guess scratch that hitch a little bit. Veteran, 35 years old. He's been around a little bit. And he game. or throw a pitch because he split a nail on his middle. Managerial wins. There's Bouch 10th all time. Actually as well. He keeps climbing that list as we take a look at our old
chance. He's only 100. It absolutely could happen.
And Solak takes low. Solak batting in that clearly at this point. Anyway, Green, he came up with the Yankees in 2014. Dodgers. Cubbies, there's a line drive. He'll score. Solak with the RBI double. Heads are happy to see him make again.
You see that location right there. Mariners put another one up on the board.
Mariners on top. The Mariners 9 wins, 13 losses, and a tie this spring. They came in with 10 wins and 11 losses, 2 ties. Number yet, but a pretty good crowd here today. Some of it has thinned out. It's seen in a long time. And then they're going to go down to Goodyear later on this afternoon, especially in Arizona for me.
Right.
You should go to the backfields and bump into guys. And it's very. But then you can always go catch multiple. And surprise, it's 9-5. Fortunately,
you got help.
I have a hand holder during these spring training games, man. I mean, whoop, a little bit wide. Poppin. Sean Poppin, or the right-hander. One gone. Hey, tomorrow, by the way, Oakland. So we'll see a little more of the West Division tomorrow. Freeman has gotten into a couple of A games this
minor leagues.
And these are never routine. Lead to a double. Jesus Tinoco's loosening in the bullpen for the Rangers. One of the franchises, maybe their rotation is largely homegrown these days, and pretty net.
Yeah, very, very strong starting rotation down over the last couple of.
Soft liner by Knapp. There's the fight on TXA 21 as the Rockies will visit, and that'll exhibition games as well from back home. And then Jesus Tinoco is on here, and he misses off the plate this spring. 28 years old now. And he ran into a little bit, 3 runs in an inning, including back-to-back home runs by. You don't go totally on spring results, but Tinoco, you might remember, got called up at the end of the 2022 season. Well, that ends well, I guess. The way of it. It's always a little tricky. Here's a base hit for Bill Knight at second base. He's wearing number 97. The 97 on the. This is what I'm talking about. The stuff that happens. Tinoco gets a corner of numerical referencing. Is this 1-2 to Locklear? He stays alive. Famously pitched in that game against the Yankees on the penultimate hit, number 62 that year off Tinoco in the first inning. The opportunity to show people that. It's a strikeout right there. Start talking about the back end of the bullpen and what the Rangers.
The Clerks started the season as the closer. I get it. You look at the Clerk, Spores, Robertson, and Yates. Kind of move in very quickly. He's got guys he can throw.
Clerk's going to pitch really well. I'm going to get off to a good start that way. And there are days where you got to stay away from a guy. And Josh Spores, as an example, might have only been 1 at any given time. Well, they would go to him a lot. Done. And now last chance for these Rangers bats down by 4.
He's got to be feeling pretty good today. Both of his catchers getting the job done behind the Drew Knapp. Nails him at second base as well. Wow, it's such a good feeling.
Yeah.
You know, you buy into what he is selling, and what he is selling is becoming 5th at a percentage of 25%. well, for Bruce Bochy, who is a former catcher, has such a high appreciation in each and every one of his catchers. I'll just say that he's a special coach because, I mean, he truly, truly cares about him.
Fine for Ornelas, and he'll settle with a one-out single. Popping out for a second. Struck out. Done a whole lot offensively here in these late innings. He's had a pretty good spring, 294 average. And for most games played at first base in camp. Really substantial look. Jared Walsh, a veteran, in 2 away. McCoskey, so a number of directions they can go, but Blaine Krim is
some setbacks for a team in the fact of Nathaniel Lowe. I'm guessing Blaine Krim did not expect to have the type.
The Rangers are down to their final out, down his last time up, and fouls that one away. 2-1. Third solo home run in the 5th. So he had a nice game. He'll put out a little note, a tweet, and at 2-2. That's strike 3 called. Guerrero. Seattle picks up their 10th Cactus League win of the year. TXA 21.